All right, something that permeates through Chinese culture is this idea of yin and yang and extremes flipping to their opposites. So rich being so abundant that you're too abundant leads to, thieves stealing your shit and you ending up with nothing and being at, the opposite of abundance, for example. But another example of this yin and yang can come to a marriage, a partnership, and self-development. And by self-development, I don't mean your typical read a self-help book and try and do stuff and force yourself to go to some camp. I'm talking about gradual development, what makes you developing into yourself. So whether it be watching TV shows that you enjoy watching, that are the culture you enjoy sharing with your future partner, that helps shape the humor, that helps shape what you talk about, the exercises you do on a daily basis, whether that be exercising physically, working out, singing, or doing exercises such as education, learning, reading, taking notes, studying, taking tests, teaching, whatever it is you do on a daily basis that helps make you, cleaning, any of it, meditating. All of these things are the yang, in my opinion, to the marrying, the marriage, the finding a true partner in this lifetime, and in a way also in finding your friends and your family in this lifetime. And as you lean into the extreme that is focusing heavily on self-development and making sure you're taking time out of your day to do the things that help develop you in the direction that you wish to be going. If you were to point in a direction 20 years into the future and ask yourself what you need to do on a daily basis to get there, really, if you buckle down and do these things, eventually you'll reach a point where you'll flip. This is the idea within Chinese culture, at least, where you'll flip and you'll find this life partner. But then there's this awkward portion where if you then find this life partner, the tendency can be to lean into the marriage, lean into the life partner, lean into the partnerships, these friendships. And if you lean too far into friendships, suddenly you don't have enough time for all of these things that help to develop your personality, your individuality, what makes you, and you start to become these friends, these partners, and that's a good thing. You want this yin and yang, you want this balance of yang and yin. That is what the Taoists believe in, and that's what the Taoists are going for in this ancient Chinese culture that I'm referencing. However, if you have too much yin, then suddenly you are not the partner that they attracted in the first place. You're not the friend they attracted in the first place. You're more them than yourself, and once you become too much them and not enough yourself, it's broken. However, if you then lean too far into yourself and you don't give enough time to these friendships, these relationships, you run into the same problem. You end up going back to the extreme of not having these relationships because you haven't given enough time to these important relationships. And so you have to find a balance, and that's what the ancient Chinese, the ancient Taoists believe. You have to find a balance between these two concepts, between developing yourself gradually and finding a partner. So if you're at a point in your life where you don't have a partner, and you want a partner, I would advise leaning heavily into self-development and doing what it takes to continue to develop your personality and what makes you, and the partner will come on the other end of that. And then just make sure, if you're someone who's coming into a relationship, that you do your best to maintain who you are and also maintain that balance where you're giving enough of yourself to the relationship and absorbing enough of who the other person is, that you are mutually gaining mutual influence. So the two of you are both benefiting from each other. You have to be in this position, and this goes for friendships as well, where you are mutually beneficial. All great things in life come from compound interest. If you are the type of friends, the type of partners in which there is a mutual influence, which means you are balancing the partnership along with your gradual development, your improvement, you getting better and better. Because if both parties are always getting better, as well as making sure that they are benefiting the relationship, there is going to be a mutual influence, and this is going to be what we call a long-lasting relationship. So if we have mutual influence, gradual development balanced with paying attention to a relationship, we have long-lasting relationships, and these long-lasting relationships are where all good fortune comes from.